Ladies and gentlemen, here we are again. My name, well, since it'll be revealed in whatever first My Rise video, yeah, at the very end, not important, but welcome to LEGO Harry Potter Years 1 through 4. Interesting story with this was going to sort of always be the next project after Sonic Colors, as I wanted to do a video game that I had played before. So that's kind of why I went with this. Not McGonagall, Dumbledore. Get your brain right. However, this was almost thrown to the wayside. Not in a bad way that most people would think. What had happened was I had gotten a handful of episodes, well, gameplay recorded, but no commentary done out for it. But then, as I was working on it, I was like, okay, let's see. Oh, hey, there's a Gamescom where they're going to be doing a lot of reveals. Whatever, well, let's see what they got. They then revealed a new LEGO Batman game. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. I'm going to get this LEGO Batman game eventually, when it comes out. And then, remembering I have the ability to stream games through PlayStation Plus, I was like, wait a minute. I can stream LEGO Batman 1, 2, and 3, and then maybe eventually DC Supervillains, play through all 4 of those games, and then play the new one as it was coming out, completely blind. And I was like, yep, this is going to be a good plan, and I was ready to scrap this project entirely, and realized that I cannot record LEGO Batman the video game through the streaming site. So, because of that, this project was back on. LEGO Harry Potter Years 1 through 4, and then eventually 5 through 7. Because I have the collection, and yeah, that's how this works. I also love how they're casually going through like the first 5 chapters of the book this fast. It's like, man, took you 50 pages to do it in the original, and now we're basically already here at the Leaky Cauldron. Ladies and gentlemen, the magic begins now. This is the first level. Oddly enough, for those of you who may have played LEGO games in the past, this is before they started talking. The first LEGO game that had voice acting was LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes. Everything else was a series of grunts and hand motions on signs. This was also what is kind of referred to in some instances with games at the time, sibling mode, in which one sibling gets to do all the cool stuff, in this case use magic, while the other sibling can't until you get past the level. Typically, this was reserved for the little brother. However, LEGO Harry Potter decided we're gonna flip the script, because we already know the older brother, like myself, was gonna end up being player 1 most of the time, as I was. And player 2, like my younger brother, is going to be the secondary character. So needless to say, during the LEGO Batman when we played it as a kid, I was Batman, he was Robin. I was like, sweet. And because I've been the bigger Harry Potter fan, my brother even was like, you know what, it makes more sense for you to be player 1. I was like, sweet. I can't wait to do magic. I played this level, and my brother gets to do all the cool stuff. The little brother level, that was not really a little brother level. Where, yeah. Anyway. The LEGO Harry Potter is one of these games that came out, like I said, before they started talking. And that was both 1 through 4, 5 through 7, which I'm kind of glad, because it would have annoyed me if the first game didn't have voice acting, but the second game did. And alrighty. Yep. So this is kind of how we're doing this right now, is I'm just going to be going through and kind of covering some of the, I guess, some of the fun stuff that they sped up, or changes that were made from the book to the movie, and then to the subsequently to the game, as the game is following the movies more closely than the more so than the book. But well, other than that, I mean, it's really not that big of an issue. Anyway, Leaky Cauldron, where we just were, is a little pub in London that serves as a gateway to Diagon Alley, which is right here. Wow, the Lego set looks so much better. And they... Yeah! Alright. Hey, Professor Quirrell. Yeah, Professor Quirrell's that guy in the turban if you've never seen Harry Potter. You have? Great! If you haven't, you don't know who he is? You're fine, don't worry about it. I'm sure he's not relevant to the story at all. Can he not? Alright. Oh great, that's gonna be annoying. I don't know if you can hear it in the video, but there was a kid that screamed. You can kind of see him up there. This is one of our collectibles in this game. It is known as a student in peril. There he is, now he's happy. They hid one student in peril in every level. So there's about 24 of them just in the level. 6 levels per movie, 6 students per, 1 student per level, 6 levels per movie, 24. There's also an additional amount that is hidden throughout the open world, as this is one of the LEGO games that actually had an active open world, in which we are able to interact and kind of solve various puzzles in a somewhat open world environment before eventually getting to kind of, I guess you could say, Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, where they're like, yeah, here's this whole galaxy map, have fun. So yeah, Diagon Alley, if you've never heard of it, a Simple Wizard shopping hub. They sell everything. Some of the shops you can kind of see here, and we'll kind of be showing it as I go down, because there's something cool I want to see. So the scissors is supposed to be Madame Milkin's robe shop. I think the table, I don't know what the table's supposed to be. But, I mean, it's really hard to tell. Well, that one into the left is going to be Ollivander's. I don't... Lodging, travel, figures, I don't know, man. Lodging, traveling wizard, yeah. There it is. Yeah. Other LEGO games, they also have like a little bit of collectibles. They have... Man, that's fly. Alright, what am I looking for? Oh, right, money. Booyah! Scare the cat. That's a Quidditch shop right there. No, that's not it. I know that's not it. The red one isn't it. Okay. Orange handles can always be pulled by characters with super strength, which is basically Hagrid and a handful of other characters. Green Cat, Wizarding Bank, run by goblins. Yep. And goblins are always kind of cool creature in, I don't want to say mythology, but I've always thought they were kind of interesting. How the heck am I doing this? Yep, stacking books. Someone's got to stack the books. That's right. So yeah, typically goblins are known as like mischievous, malevolent creatures, depicted as small, ugly, and grotesque. But they're European folklore, which I guess makes sense why they're in Harry Potter, as it takes place in Europe. Oddly enough, in the 90s, which I had no idea it took place in the 90s until I was rereading the book for like a random time. Like, I don't remember if it was the second or third time I read them, but it was just I needed something to read, and I had access to them, so I'm like, yeah, this will just be a good time killer. Yeah, I think it was one of those things. It was the No video games, you're grounded. Fine, joke's on you, Mom. I'll read. And then proceeding to read the Harry Potter series. So... Ha! Yeah... Knowing my mom, I would have been... Well, I don't even know, was I ever punished? I know at one point I got professional wrestling taken away from me as a kid. When it goes at my brother. Because he had you, like, I will say the stereotypical punishments of a teenager, like, oh, you're grounded for 2 weeks, no phone, no this, no that, and then me, you're grounded for 2 weeks, no phone. Okay, so be it. And my family realized it didn't do them much good to punish me without my phone because I was able to live without it. So my dad just said, alright, that's fine. No wrestling for a month. I couldn't watch any of the shows. And, ooh. You want to see someone lock in and get their grades up that fast? Yeah. That's what happened. Anyway. Grip hook. Come on. Hey, you were drawing a picture. Hey. He had to cook the books and he's drawing a picture. How am I supposed to straighten the count here? Okay. Grip hook. One of the... probably the only named goblin, at least in this game. And movie. But... nah, he's just the goblin that takes him to the vault, and that's kind of his only bit of relevancy right now. Hagrid, is actually a half giant, half wizard? Yeah, because I believe his mom is a giant. Dad's a wizard, and he went to Hogwarts years ago prior to the story, before an event occurred in his 3rd year that caused him to get expelled. We'll cover that a little later when it becomes more relevant. But just know, he technically is not supposed to be able to do magic, but somehow he is able to. By concealing it in his umbrella. Yep, his umbrella is his wand. And it allows him to basically he's got a basic, like, 3-year knowledge of magic, but kind of enough to get the job done. He is currently, in the story, the Hogwarts groundskeeper, so he basically takes care of the outside, because then you have, right, this BS. So you can't build, technically, in this game. Like, you cannot get down and dirty, pick up your hands, and build. You have to use Wingardium Leviosa. So, none of the, we'll say normal characters, or Muggle characters, or characters that wouldn't use wands, they just don't. They just can't build for some odd reason, and I think it's a little ridiculous. This looks like a great roller coaster. I wonder if they ever made one about roaming Gringotts. Be really cool if they did. Right? Right? Yeah, it's called Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. I'm not being subtle, I'm aware. That's at Universal Studios. I know in Orlando. Not sure about Hollywood, though. Probably. Knowing how the fan base is and you go to the wrong one. And... actually, not the fan base. Knowing how people are. Go to the wrong one and they get upset because either they didn't read, they didn't know, or whatever. So, I'm not gonna say too much on that topic. But, yeah, I see a lot working in and around, well, seeing people work in and around the theme park industry. I didn't even get on the platform yet, Hagrid. Lift me. You imbecile giant. Hoist me. Good. I want the purple. Yay! That's another thing we're going to be trying to get, is a stud total. Because the true wizard. And that's going to be different every level, depending on how long, how much money you got to make. This one, it looked like it was 70,000, 71,000. Alright. Let's go to Hagrid and pull the chain to get rid of the security measure. Go! Go, Griphook! Open my vault. Ooh, look at that money! Walk into my vault. My man found out he was loaded. Yeah. Alright, vault 713. Party! My man opened vault 731. Here's 713. Alright. Burlap sack. Wonder what that could be. It is relevant to the plot, so I'm not going to spoil it in case you haven't seen this over 20-year-old movie or read the over 20-year-old book. The book's actually over 25 years. Hang on. Came out in 97. 07. 17 is 20. 18, 19, 20. Okay, so maybe about 22 would have been the 25th anniversary of the book coming out. But, Harry now has his wand! Yay! Curious, though, as that wand is sort of a twin wand if you've read the books. So, kind of hard to figure it out. Here's your wizard hat, your wizard wand, and here's your wizard pet. They definitely made Hedwig look better now with the Legos. Gesundheit. Level complete. Replay unlocked. Gold brick. House crest. One of our collectibles is you gotta find 4 of the Hogwarts crests hidden in the level. And there's very so the true wizard is a random stud total you have to get. And it's predetermined, but I don't know what it is. Stud total. How much money you have. And I currently have 82,430. Student in peril. One of the collectors we have to get, which gives us a free gold brick. Gold brick. 200 of them. And yes, we will be getting them all. I will be getting them all. Onward and upwards with this storyline. Harry's severed head means the game is saving. And that cauldron means we're loading. Hooray! Platform 9 3/4. How do we get there? Does that look weird? Fred, George. Actually, yeah. Thirsty. Him and his pompous self. Ron! Well, I mean, big difference. Actually, a cool thing in the book was Fred and George actually helped Harry load his stuff onto the, train. Realized who he was, and then told their mom that, and she thought they were making it up. They weren't, but everyone thought they were. Well, and that would be Hermione, who just picked Harry's glasses. Hogwarts Express definitely got an upgrade in later Lego set. Man, just looking at this, they all... Like, looking at them and comparing them to the sets I have now, yeah, all these minifigures got upgraded pretty well in general. Same with some of the set as well. But, no. Welcome to Hogwarts. This is the Great Hall, where we eat. This is the sorting ceremony, where there was a song and dance, well, a song performed by the Hat, who sings it every year. I also love how they do the sorting ceremony in this, because they don't talk, and it's just all the named characters as well. Is they just put it on, and then, yeah, the animal just makes the noise. Although it would have been nice if they put the Hufflepuff, Susan Bones, there to figure it out. Yep. Yay! 3 Gryffindors, a Slytherin. The Gryffindor were also Slytherin. Welcome to the Grand Staircase. There is approximately... Write this down, this will be on the quiz. There is approximately 142 staircases in Hogwarts Castle. Use that next time you're on your trivia. You're doing Harry Potter trivia. Alright. That being said, I think we're going to call it here. and I will catch you next time.